Welcome back, folks, to what might well end up being a proper part 2. We'll see. HCAV horse box is here. They've just dropped one off. I was busy talking with a friend of mine. They dropped a horse off, the Horse Express. It's this beautiful, massive Oakley box. We've seen it before. It's been at the front when they've loaded horses. But having brought one in, pretty sure they're going to take a few out and load them. We'll be here if they do. More importantly, we hopefully might well be able to ID the horses that they bring out. They left the box open, so I'm pretty sure they're going to load. I'll go back into the tunnel, because if they bring the horses out, they're going to come through the tunnel. I will head through the side passage super quickly to hopefully still be in front before they're actually loaded. That's the plan. I did wonder why the police were congregating around the stable area. There's me saying that, and then they don't load any horses. We will see. A couple are just beyond the gates. Now, either they're being saddled up, or, if not, they're being prepped to leave. I mean, it's 4 minutes until we've got a changeover, so strictly speaking, one would think that the first thing that will happen is they'll change over the two that are at the front, and then in all likelihood, one or two that are at the front will be loaded. Troopers opened the boxes already. Oh, people filming actually. I'm not going to dash right across in front of everybody's video today. I'm thinking that potentially Yosemite and Youngman might be heading back over to Hyde Park on the Oakley Express. I'm going to stay in the yard for this changeover. Oh, hold on a second. How many of you have said to me in the past, guys, do we get visitors from Canada? And you know what? We don't normally, but today we do. We actually do today have visitors from Canada. Would you believe it? It's a massive group. Super, super, super unusual. So Canadians rejoice. I will try, if I can, to ask which part of Canada they're from. Doors are really rattling on the boxes there in the wind, like big time. So yeah, Canada in the house today. Look. You'd never guess though, would you, to be honest, that they're from Canada? I think I'm just going by instinct. You wouldn't be able to guess that these girls are from Canada, would you? I'm wandering into the arches while we're focused on what's happening in the Canadian world, everyone. Anyway, here's the rest of the Canadian group. I'm not going to butt in and be like, oh, what are you here for? If they show interest, I will ask them. Okay, so the police are going to move everybody back, hopefully get that changeover, and then after this, the changeover's done, horses, I'm sure, will be heading back to Hyde Park. That, in fact, is the first time this year that the box has been here to drop off or collect some horses. Very unusual to see that. We've only seen it, what, about 5 times ever? They typically do it outside working hours for multiple reasons. Just notice move it up a teeny bit, that's better. Yeah, reasonably well populated yard today. Well, that wind is definitely going to be a problem. Again, here it, folks. Hope it's not too bad on the audio. So everybody's getting back. Decent number for a weekday guard change. have a look and see how long it is until the bell. Oh, there it is. Bing bong, right on time. A lot of you know which horse this is on the left. Oh. Interestingly, folks, the two horses that were out before, the two that have just come off, have not come out again. Hyderabad was one. The other one was the numberless horse. But here comes the one that they're going to load. As I mentioned, folks, I will dash through the tunnel. To be there as the horse emerges. Just in time. Let's see which beauty this is that they're about to load up. Wow. Is that Hyderabad? Didn't manage to get the hoof number, unfortunately. They loaded that horse up. I'm not sure if that's the only one they're going to load. I think it probably is, in fact, because they put it in the stall closest to the back of the box. I think it's very unlikely that there will be another one. Yep, they're just doing the one. Sorry for the wonky camera work, folks, when when I was running through the tunnel. But hey, we got what we wanted, which was the beauty being loaded. Right, they're changing over the gatesman. He's in the tunnel. Yep, that is the only one. They're closing up the box. So I'm not sure if that horse had a bit of a problem this morning. Okay, so here we are with the new gatesman. Officers telling everybody to make sure they're in the walkway that runs alongside the tunnel. Been a while, in fact. I'm trying to think. A couple of weeks since I was actually filming anything in the tunnel. I'm not going to try and go directly opposite because it's pretty busy. The space is already full. was really hoping we might have gotten one of those summer moments where we saw multiple horses being loaded, unloaded. That said, that was primarily around the Troop in the Colour period, June last year. They have a horse shuttle service between here and Hyde Park. Multiple horses a day were being taken back and forwards, back and forwards. Horsebox is definitely done. They've already closed it up. They're just about to leave. And they're off. Horses going back to Hyde Park. How's that for super service, eh? Oh, Corporal of Horse coming into the tunnel, I think. This is kind of unusual because they already changed over the horse. But for some reason, we're already 5 minutes past the hour and they still haven't changed over the gatesman and chisman. But you see the tunnel's secure, nobody's being allowed in. Oh, here we go. Oh, good lord, but it's packed. A massive group of minions just arrived. It is absolutely jam-packed. See if I can actually figure a way to get back to the front. I'm 99% certain that in the right-hand box, from where I am now, is Indiana. I've got no idea which horse in the left-hand box. So if I can go around this massive group of minions. Okay, there is the new gatesman in the eye with Baxelsaurus, who don't want to be on camera. Fair enough. Oh, hold on a second. Who are these fellows wearing skirts? What's this? Priests, maybe? Unusual sight. Anyone know, guys? Very unusual sight. I'm sure they're priests. I don't want to just march over and be like, hey, guys, why are you wearing, I don't even want to call them skirts. They're not skirts. Religious garment, I'm sure, of some sort. Anyone know what they might be? Okay, now my money's on Indiana. However, I've been mistaken in the past, so I'm going to be smart and double check the hoof number. Let's have a little look, people. 1 second. Yeah, this trooper, in fact, when he was out in part 1 today, was on a different horse. So that horse must have had some kind of issue, hence being taken back. And as I said, I'm sure it was Hyderabad. I'm about sort of 95% certain it was Hyderabad. Let's have a look at the list and match Indiana's number. Yep, it's Indiana. Ho ho ho. So I did call that right. Minions and Indiana. Mindiana. Oh. Oh. He's very, very snippy actually, to be honest. Very. Probably thought he'd have the day off in the stables with his friends. But he's now out the front in the box and is not happy about it. Never seen this horse nip that I remember, in fact. People, am I having a memory failure or am I right? We never saw this horse nipping before. wonder if maybe he's got minion phobia or miniophobia. Oh, don't get too close, minions. I'm actually surprised the fact that this is a UK primary school. I didn't even think that that kids that small had mobile phones. I think mine had mobile phones at the age of about 10. This lot look even younger. And in many schools actually, and I see this being a huge positive, in many UK schools, in fact including the school my kids are at, no phones are allowed. You hand your phones in when you arrive and you're given them back when you leave the school. I'm not sure if that is a nationwide policy, but if it's not, it definitely should be a nationwide policy. Because it stops kids getting bullied for social media posts and so on, because they can't talk about it and discuss it in class, which I think is a huge, huge, huge positive. Yeah, Indiana's normally crazy passive. Anyway, the good news, people, the sun's out again. Indiana's out and brought the sun with him. Let's have a quick look at the other end, see who we've got, see which horse the other trooper's on. I'm really hoping it's not actually the horse that was here previously, because that horse is the one we couldn't ID because of the number not being on the list. A lot of people here on a sunny afternoon. So I might need to wait a minute so I can get close enough to have a peek at the booth number. Oh, here we go. I see an opportunity.
Claro que sí, hombre, normal.
I'm pretty sure it's the same horse we couldn't ID
Sin
earlier.
problema, Llega el último ya. Venga, tú, Patricia, no, tú, ella sola, ella sola.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So they changed over Indiana.
Sorry.
With Hyderabad.
Can you take a picture of us?
So I'm in the middle of a video.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. So yeah, they changed over Hyderabad. So me thinking with almost certainty now that Hyderabad was the one that was loaded onto the van. Hence Indiana replacing him. So yeah, this is still the unknown variable. It's pretty surprising in a good way that people don't realise that there's a video being made. Why? Because it means that I get to film in peace most of the time. More importantly, people are not super aware of the camera. In other words, what we pick up here most of the time, vast majority of the time, is natural behaviour. Good man.
Must be good.
So yep, folks. Oh, horse gone to sleep. Yep, horse has had enough. He's gone for a nap.
Well, as I say,
A lot of interest in Indiana actually today.
the square, then I'll take them through. Are you gonna leave that way?
When the sun comes out, so do the tall groups normally. Good lord, what is she doing?
Oddio, invece.
Secondo guadagno.
Ragazzi, raggiungiamo il covendato.
Ok, bye bye ragazzi. Ok, bye girl. Oh, horse has woken up and realised that we're here, guys. He's like, don't you dare film me. I'm not actually a real nipper. You just caught me at a bad moment. It's still super windy like it was this morning. That isn't the reason for the sign being crooked, by the way. It pretty much is always like that. It's a lot brighter, thank God. Is anyone else going to come to the horse, or are we just going to stand around and not bother? Yep, they're not into it today. Tourists are not into it at all. Which is not a huge surprise.